Hello everyone, welcome back to MLS Moves. Please make sure you like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Before we get to the video, I'd like to thank you all for your support and remind you that we're doing a jersey giveaway when we hit 3,000 subscribers. 3,000 subscribers is our goal to reach by the end of this month, so make sure you subscribe, stay subscribed, follow me on Twitter at MLS Moves for the latest updates on the giveaway. Now, on to the video. Well, the news is starting to pour in. Fabrizio has reported this morning Memphis Depay and Atletico Madrid are set to part ways with the Dutch player leaving as a free agent. Understand there will be no automatic extension for next season, and Memphis will be free to pick his next club. One more big name to follow on the market. This is a player that Major League Soccer absolutely has to target. Memphis Depay would be a great signing. I think that he would bring a lot of quality to the league. And even though he has had struggles in his career, I think that Major League Soccer is a league where he would thrive and probably score between 25 to 30 goals. If you look at his career trajectory or look at some of the stops he's made, he played for PSV. He absolutely exploded with PSV, which put him on the map. He scored 40 goals in 90 appearances for PSV. That got him a move to Manchester United, where a lot of people thought he could be the next big winger and the next big European star, but things didn't really work out for him like that. Louis van Gaal, I think, was the guy who signed him, the Netherlands, the former Netherlands manager. Obviously, there's a Netherlands connection, and he didn't do very well. He only scored 2 goals in 33 appearances for Manchester United. Then he moved to Lyon in the French league, where he tore it up again. He scored 63 goals in 139 matches, and people thought, okay, well, maybe the Manchester United transfer was an outlier. Maybe he is good. Maybe it was just the situation or the environment with the club. Well, he gets another chance. He moves to Barcelona, where it was disappointing overall. He scored 13 goals in 31 appearances for the Spanish club, but still not reaching that superstar level that a lot of people thought he was capable of. After a couple seasons with Barcelona, he moves to Atletico Madrid. Now, there was MLS interest last year, but he didn't want to make the move at 29 years old, which is understandable. And also that when a team like Atletico Madrid is interested in you, it's hard to turn them down for a Major League Soccer club. So makes sense. But now that Atletico Madrid wants to move on from Memphis Depay, I would say that now's the time to come to MLS. He's 30 years old. Any move in Europe would be lateral or most likely a step down. And if he comes to Major League Soccer, I'd be willing to bet he would be a top 5 paid player in the league, which he wouldn't be making that type of money in Europe anymore, I don't think. So there's a lot to benefit from him coming. Now, the question is, what team would he go to? I don't necessarily think that he's destined for a big market. Like, I'm not going to give the generic, LAFC, LA Galaxy, Inter Miami, New York City FC. I think there's several clubs that could be in contention for him. Charlotte FC has shown that they're willing to spend money. The Red Bulls have shown that they're willing to spend money. Atlanta United has shown that they're willing to spend money. I think there's a lot of clubs in play here that are not the big market teams. And as long as they're willing to spend the money in order to lure him over here salary-wise, I think that there's a lot of teams in play here. And I would love to see him come to MLS. Like I said earlier, I think that he could score 25 to 30 goals a season. I think he's that type of player still. And on top of that, I think that he has a lot of versatility. If you're playing in a 4-3-3 with his skill set in MLS, I think he could play all 3 top positions. I think he could play each wing, and I think he could even play up top if he had to. So I think that this would be a great goal or signing for Major League Soccer and whatever club gets him. I think they have to prioritize him, and we'll see what happens. But this is one that we should keep an eye on. And even Taylor Twellman said to keep an eye on it for MLS. So I think there's some legs here. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Now, another signing report that we had gotten was Austin FC possibly being on the verge of signing winger Osman Bukari from Red Star. Now, they just recently released Rigoni, and because he was a disaster signing, he had been terrible for the club. He hadn't produced like they expected him to, especially with the transfer fee they had paid. So they're going for the 25-year-old Ghanaian winger from the Serbian league, and he looks pretty good. I mean, he has some pretty good statistics. Chicago Fire were interested in signing him last offseason, and they offered even 10 million euros for the Ghanaian winger, but it was rejected, which I'm assuming kind of led to them signing Hugo Galpers instead. But I mean, this is the type of signing that little clubs or small market teams need to be making. It's hard for them to lure the big names, the De Bruynes, the Griezmanns, the Depays, but they can sign some of these very talented players who might play for smaller clubs in Europe who will make your club better. I mean, $7.5 million for a winger in MLS is a good quality signing. It should be. You're expecting this guy to be a key contributor to your club. You're expecting him to be a star player on the team. So that is the type of signings that all these teams need to be making. The Montreals, the Colorados, the RSLs, the Austin FCs, the FC Dallases, those teams need to be targeting players like this. And then maybe one day when the league is bigger, then you probably can be in contention for signing some of the big stars. But right now, with the league being where it's at, the big time players only want to go to the big markets, the LAs, the New York Cities, the Miamis. That's just how it is right now. But hopefully one day we get to a point where there will be more competition for the big name signings. Now, here's another one. Here's an outgoing transfer. There's a lot of smoke with Giorgios Giakoumakis going to Liga MX. Fabrizio also reported this morning, Cruz Azul are prepared to bid today for Giorgios Giakoumakis after Torino president Serio rejected all the approaches for Devon Zapata. Understand Giakoumakis is keen on the move to the Mexican side. Now, you would have to assume that the reason why Giakoumakis wants to leave Atlanta United is, one, he doesn't think he's getting paid enough, which with his production, he should be a top 5 paid striker. There's a lot of people, you look at the salaries that are released, and there's a lot of players who you're like, oh my God, they're making that much. And then there's a lot of players you're looking at and like, oh my God, they're making that much. Like, just huge difference. Like Walker Zimmerman making $3.5 million, Ricky Puig making $2.4 million. I mean, there's just a huge. It's crazy when you look at a player's quality and you're like, well, like how some players are just making way more than they should, and some are underpaid. Giakoumakis is definitely in the underpaid discussion, and I think that's a reason why he wants to move to Cruz Azul, it seems. And also, too, the second point is Pineda and Atlanta United have been a disaster. They're inconsistent. They don't win home games like they used to, which was a huge disadvantage for the away team. I mean, this was like a fortress for opposing teams. Like it was almost scary to play at Atlanta United just because of that environment and the 70,000 fans. And it was just a huge disadvantage for the away team. And it's sad to see how far Atlanta United has fallen from grace, from what they used to be under Tata Martino and even under Frank de Boer for a little bit, just because of everything that Tata had built. It was hard for de Boer to destroy it the first year. But yeah, I mean, it's just sad. This shouldn't even be happening. He's only been here for one full season. This is his second year with Atlanta United. He scored 19 goals with Atlanta United last year. He's a proven goal scorer. They need to do everything that they can to make sure that they keep him content so he doesn't leave. And yeah, it's just sad, man. And honestly, sad to see. I'm just curious when Atlanta United is going to make a change and fire Gonzalo Pineda. We'll just have to see what Atlanta United does. But this would be a tragedy to lose him to Liga MX. I mean, it would just be an absolute tragedy. But yeah, so let me know in the comment section, which of these moves are you most excited about? What is a player you would like to see come to MLS? Is there someone that's not being discussed that you're keen on that you would like to see come over here? I mean, there's several guys I believe that are going to end up coming here this summer. This is going to be a crazy summer for Major League Soccer, especially since Apple TV wants them to spend more money and get more star power to raise up the subscriptions. So yeah, let me know in the comment section what player you'd like to see come over this summer. Make sure you like this video, hit the little bell notification so you never miss a video, and also make sure you subscribe. We are 10 subscribers away from 3,000. 10 subscribers. Please make sure you subscribe to the video. Until next time, I will see you all soon.